Police have now charged an eastern Kentucky woman with killing her parents in their home. What family members told us tonight.
Former UK basketball star Richie Farmer has filed for bankruptcy. What he said about his assets and debts in a court filing.
It's almost like a reunion of sorts of seeing people that I haven't seen that I've worked with.
The stars shining bright tonight at Derby Eve parties around the Bluegrass. You'll hear from some of the celebrities.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. We had some great weather for Kentucky Oaks Day with sunshine and mild temperatures.
It was beautiful out there, as you know, but will we see more of the same for the Kentucky Derby tomorrow? We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Guys, tomorrow temperatures will be even warmer than what we had out there today. The problem may be with at least some scattered thunderstorms developing as the day goes on. Let's focus on the end of this fine Friday across the Bluegrass State before we get into tomorrow. Temperatures are mainly into the 50s to upper 50s into parts of central Kentucky. Defender Radar Network, nothing locally. Let's bounce it out a little bit, show you a warm front that is off to our west. That has a chance, a small threat for a little shower early tomorrow morning. Then as that passes through here comes the warm air, kind of coming at us from an odd direction from the northwest, ahead of a cold front that will deliver the possibility of a late-day thunderstorm or two across much of central and eastern Kentucky. Hour by hour future radar. We go through the overnight into early tomorrow morning, and you can see along that warm front there's a small threat for a little pop-up shower trying to develop as the day wears on. But as we get deeper into the afternoon, storms are going to be increasing on your Saturday afternoon and evening, and that includes the possibility for at least a stray storm at Churchill Downs in Louisville. When I come back at 11:13, a new hour-by-hour forecast, guys, and we'll talk about the potential for some of those storms to become severe late tomorrow.
Chris, thank you. New tonight, family members of a murdered Owsley County husband and wife are talking to us tonight about the couple.
Tonight, investigators identified the victims as 70-year-old John McQuinn and 67-year-old Ada McQuinn. Police say someone found the couple shot to death this morning in their home near Boonville. Also tonight, state police charged their daughter, 48-year-old Lynette Quinn, with murder. Garrett Weimer has the latest in our top story at 11.
Ever since Christina McQuinn moved to Wilson Lane last fall, she started her day with the same routine, checking on her parents every morning. This time, she quickly knew something was wrong when she found her mom on the floor.
I just said, oh my God, Mom, are you okay? And I ran over and I seen that she was gone, and it was really rough, and I didn't know what to do at first. And then I backed up almost all the way out of the house, and then I had to turn around and go back to kind of let it sink in, and then I started looking for my dad.
Investigators say John McQuinn and his wife Ada were shot and killed. Police have not released many details about the shooting. As the investigation continues, it leaves neighbors here on Wilson Lane with a lot of unanswered questions.
I don't know, it kind of makes you think, don't it?
Police charged Lynette McQuinn, Christina's older sister and the victim's other daughter, with murder.
I mean, it's tragic to have a family ripped apart.
Christina says her sister has mental problems and threatened to kill their parents before, but she never thought she'd do it.
She plotted this out. I mean, she literally stood in my dad's face and told him how she was going to kill him, and that's exactly how I found him dead this morning.
Christina says her parents were wonderful people, always helping others. She says she wants them remembered for who they were, not what happened to them. In Owsley County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Lynette McQuinn is being held at Three Forks Regional Jail in Lee County. In addition to 2 counts of murder, she's also charged with tampering with physical evidence. New tonight, police have arrested someone for the shooting death of a Knox County man. This afternoon, state police charged 46-year-old Richard Brown with murder. Police say Brown admitted shooting Shane Mills twice Wednesday night at Mills' home on Trace Branch Road in the Walker community. But police say they aren't sure what led to the shooting. Family members say Mills' mother called his home after the shooting, and someone who claimed his last name was Brown answered the phone. They say that man said he was there to fix a sink.
New tonight, former UK basketball star and former State Agriculture Commissioner Richie Farmer has filed for bankruptcy. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, Farmer claims he's unemployed and living on $194 a month in food stamps. He also says his parents give him $400 a month. In the court petition, Farmer also says he has about $24,000 in assets, but $385,000 in debt. Farmer served more than a year and a half in federal prison for misusing state money while agriculture commissioner.
New tonight, Lexington police are investigating robberies at two different fast food restaurants. The first happened about 9:40 at an Arby's on West New Circle Road. Police say a man walked in with a black hoodie over his head and demanded money, but he didn't get away with any money before running off. 5 minutes later, police say a man with a similar description walked into a Subway nearby, implied he had a weapon and demanded money. This time, police say the man ran off with money. So far, police have not made any arrests. Also new tonight, Lexington police are looking for a man who robbed someone at gunpoint. It happened around 7 tonight along Keithshire Way near Clays Mill Road. The victim says the robber walked up to him, pulled out a gun, and stole some money. Police say the robber then jumped across some nearby fences to get away. Police say they're looking for a white man, about 5'10", 120 pounds. They say he wore a Jason mask, a black hoodie, and black jeans at the time of the robbery.
Tonight, the Estill County Animal Shelter is asking for your help caring for dozens of rescued dogs. Workers say they took in nearly 40 dogs today from a hoarding case in neighboring Jackson County. Having so many dogs at one time is putting a real strain on the shelter's resources, so some people have already stopped by with donations. County leaders hope to find homes for the dogs soon.
Thankfully, the rescues have worked good with us. People coming in and adopting. There were some folks here today when we was unloading locally, looking for animals. You can find some excellent animals in the shelter.
Estill County Animal Shelter workers plan to put pictures of the dogs on their Facebook page to try and help them find homes.
We have new details tonight about Hillary Clinton's planned visit to Louisville next week. The frontrunner for the Democratic presidential nomination will hold a rally Tuesday night at the Hall of Fame Pavilion of Louisville Slugger Field. The event begins at 6:15. Doors open 2 hours earlier. Clinton campaigned in Ashland on Monday, and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, campaigned around the state Tuesday. Her Democratic opponent, Bernie Sanders, held rallies in Louisville and Lexington this week. Well, it is the night before the Kentucky Derby, and for many people across the Bluegrass, it is time to party.
It sure is. Derby Eve parties will be going on well into the night, and one of the biggest is the Barnstable Brown Gala in Louisville. New at 11, our Monique Blair talks to some of the celebrities tonight on the party's star-studded guest list.
The Barnstable Brown Gala, and we're talking to all sorts of celebrities tonight on the red carpet, all about the Derby. We're asking them about mint juleps, fancy hats, and horse bets. And of course, we also talked to some guys from the Big Blue Nation.
It's a dream come true, and playing with superstars like that, just helped me grow as a player, and be able to take on any type of criticism and ways to help grow my game as much as I could.
It's great to come back together for an event like this. We didn't get to see each other much this year, and we're just trying to have a lot of fun with it and enjoying ourselves.
It's just about having fun. There's no color lines. It's no negativity. It's just all positive and fun, and that's what this is about. I'm having a good time.
It's cool. I've never been in anything like this. I'm just trying to soak it all in.
It's all about the hat and the horses.
It's almost like a reunion of sorts, of seeing people that I haven't seen, that I've worked with. People I've known for 20 years that I don't get to see very often. I know they're going to be here, and we have an opportunity to just have fun.
I love this party. This is a time where, it's a great group we've established over the last 8 years. I got 8 offensive linemen, Randall, some former teammates. We got a group of 15 this year. It's a blast.
Now, over the past 9 years, this gala has raised more than $11 million, and that money goes to the Diabetes and Obesity Research Center at the University of Kentucky. In Louisville, Monique Blair, WKYT.
You'll also find plenty of Derby Eve parties tonight in Lexington. The annual Poor Man's Harlan County Derby Eve party going on at B&B Morgan Tire on North Broadway as we speak. You don't have to dress up to have a good time there. This is the 44th year for the party, which is hosted by Bill Morgan.
I've been to this party many times. Bill Morgan's a good friend of mine, and I've never met a more generous person than Bill Morgan. He's fantastic. The
party raises money for a different charity every year. This year, it is the March of Dimes. Also going on tonight, the Derby Eve Lexington 2016 party. It's being held in the Pepper Distillery Rick House on Manchester Street downtown. The party features open bar, food, and even a midnight munchie buffet. Let's see, about 51 minutes from now. Joe Bailey, one of the stars from the TV show The Bachelor, is among those on the guest list. The party raises money for multiple charities, including the Woodford Humane Society and the Retired Racehorse Project.
Tonight, the traditional garland of roses given to the winner of the Kentucky Derby was created in Louisville. Kroger Florists put together the garland at the company's Middletown store. The garland is made of about 450 red roses and weighs some 40 pounds. Kroger has been making the garland for each Derby since 1987.
Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a privilege and an honor to still be involved in this crafting of the garland.
Tomorrow morning, the garland of roses will receive a police escort to Churchill Downs, where it will be on display near the clubhouse garden until the Derby. Before all the parties, thousands of people spent the day at Churchill Downs for Kentucky Oaks Day, and thanks to some really great weather, they helped make some history. Nearly 125,000 people were at Churchill Downs today, a new attendance record for Oaks Day. We talked to people in the grandstand and in the infield, and everyone seemed to be having a lot of fun.
Well, it's fabulous, and it's gotten bigger and better every year, and the hats are absolutely, gorgeous. They're crazy now. They're crazy beautiful because they've gotten so big, feathers, and this year they're into lace the people, and aquas and flowers, and it's just a scene.
It's getting as crazy as Derby Day. It's what you make of it. Friends, family.
We will have much more on the Kentucky Oaks a little later for you in sports.
A string of shootings terrifying people in the Washington, D.C. area, and tonight police say they have arrested the man behind all of them. That's in 9 minutes.
And later, why police say they want to talk to a doctor and his son in connection to the death of Prince.
Rural hospitals closing. Medical help getting farther and farther away.
You might be over here and get a call that you need to be over here. And what happens in those certain situations?
We go. It's just going to take us a while.
Learn how one Kentucky city has taken to the skies to help its citizens.
We generally cover area about 80-mile radius. We generally get called out to the sickest of the sick patients.
Rural healthcare takes flight. Monday at 6 on WKYT.
We're cleaning out and clearing out. But PRAT Spring Clearance event ends Tuesday. Save up to half off. Zero interest till 2018 with no money down. Savings as good as up to 3 times the state sales tax break. Ends Tuesday.
Nobody beats PRATs.
If I could build a friend, I'd fill her with qualities on which I can depend, like patience, understanding. She's there when I need her. My best friend yet.
Show Mom you care with a gift from Kroger.
Treat Mom to a dozen private selection roses for just $10. And first of the season sweet red cherries are $3.99 a pound. Happy Mother's Day from Kroger.
All summer long, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And now that Speedway's grown throughout the Midwest, Northeast, and Southeast, nobody has a handle on your summer fun better than Speedway. From the sunny shores of Florida to New York City, from the Carolinas to the New England coast, your road to refreshment leads to Speedway. And now, Speedway's celebrating 25 years supporting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Donate today.
We're on your way to convenience stores of Speedway.
Now, a 32-ounce Speedy Freezer fountain drink's just 89 cents.
PRAT Spring Clearance event is back. Don't pay $6.99 for this Whirlpool Cabrio top-load washer. Now $4.99. A Manna French door refrigerator, $12.99. Plus savings as good as up to 3 times the state sales tax break.
Nobody beats PRATs.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Happy Derby weekend. Starting things off on a relatively nice note out there today. All right, a very nice note out there. We had the sunshine and mild temperatures really for the first time this entire week. Let's look outside right now and try to keep the nice weather train rolling on into Derby Day and Mom's Big Day. We don't want to forget about the moms. Into the 50s we go right now across most of central and eastern Kentucky. Temperatures not bad at all. Defender radar network, nothing on it. Warm front is to our west, and as we mentioned off the top of the show, there's that much of a chance for a little isolated sprinkle or a shower to begin the day tomorrow. Then it's full steam ahead toward warm air coming in. As we go into the afternoon, a lot of us may hit or see the thermometer hit 80 degrees where we live, and then cold front's going to try to crash the party late afternoon heading into the evening. Again, most areas tomorrow stay dry until we get into the very late afternoon and toward the evening. And by the middle of the day, we should spike at 75 to 80. Best chance for thunderstorms will come our way as we go after 5 o'clock tomorrow. We also have at least a slight risk for some of those storms to pack a punch. Severe weather risk into parts of northern and northeastern Kentucky. For the counties that are outlined in yellow, that is at least a slight risk for severe weather, a little lower risk for the areas in the green. That's marginal, but damaging winds, some hail, a possibility with some of those stronger storms that try to pick up the pace a little bit as we go into tomorrow evening. I mentioned that warm front coming through tomorrow morning. Hour by hour forecast, 7 o'clock. 40s in eastern Kentucky, and we're into the 50s for central and western parts of the area. And you notice a little shade of green in there. That could be that small shower chance that we were just talking about. Noontime, sunshine breaking out into the 70s. Then all of a sudden, the models again try to speed up at least some scattered thunderstorms into town around 4 or 5 o'clock into the afternoon. Then look at the clusters that would drive from northwest to southeast across the region late tomorrow afternoon, heading into the evening, and from there, this front just puts the brakes on, and it orients itself from south or from northwest to southeast, and we keep little waves of showers and storms going right on through Mom's Day. Not going to rain all day, Moms. Not a washout. We go into Monday, and it's more of the same. South of that boundary, temperatures can surge deep into the 80s in most of central and eastern Kentucky. But you just look at a rainfall forecast. By the way, the numbers bounce around a little bit on this. Sometimes it's better than an inch. Sometimes it's a little under an inch. But overall, it is suggesting that northwest to southeast flow with those thunderstorms may try to target some of the same areas one by one. And once that boundary sets up shop around here this weekend, guess what happens? It hangs tough into most of next week. So the 7-day forecast takes on a warmer look, but it also takes on a stormier look as well. While it may not storm each and every day where you live, somewhere across our region we'll be dealing with some storms each and every day over the next week and change. Tomorrow, guys, it's all about the timing. And I've said all week long we were walking a very fine line tomorrow afternoon. Jim will have the very latest tomorrow morning, then again tomorrow evening, timing those potential strong thunderstorms.
You know, we were driving home from the Oaks tonight, and Rob actually made a comment about, gosh, I feel like we're getting ready to pay in the next couple of years on Oaks and Derby Day because we've had such nice weather the last couple of years, so hope that's not the case.
You're saying it's a bad omen now?
I'm
the
wondering.
streak's coming to an end?
It was beautiful,
Hopefully
though,
it isn't tomorrow. Yeah, you picked a
Gorgeous.
great day to be out there.
It was lovely.
While the Derby is the big attraction in Kentucky this weekend, another annual event is bringing thousands of people to eastern Kentucky. That's in 8 minutes.
Right now, at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During the spring clearance event, new 2015 Jeep Renegade Sports, just $189 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Need custom patches for your uniform or gear? TacticalGearJunkie.com in Winchester has what you need, offering custom-made patches with no minimums and little to no artwork fee. We specialize in patches for military, law enforcement, and businesses. Also check out our line of custom-engraved AR-15 parts and our large selection of tactical gear, including uniforms, backpacks, vests, holsters, and pouches. Come in today and shop the latest tactical gear and accessories. Visit TacticalGearJunkie.com.
When you're building your dream house, you want to make sure you're doing it right. It's a big job. But the Touchstone Energy Home Program can show you how to make your new place energy efficient, economical, and comfortable. We'll help you put together the home of your dreams while you save up to 30% in energy costs. You can even qualify for a rebate from your local energy cooperatives. It's easier than you think. So talk to us today about your dream home of tomorrow. Intercounty Energy and Fleming Mason Energy, your Touchstone Energy cooperatives.
Lexington Overstock Warehouse is open this weekend only for our big weekend warehouse sale. Get quality furniture and mattresses at incredibly low prices. Stylish sofa $297. 5-piece dining set $297. Go to LexingtonOverstockWarehouse.com for more details.
Treat your family tonight to Fazoli's Baked Spaghetti. For a limited time, this Fazoli's favorite is only $4.99. Spaghetti with marinara sauce topped with our special blend of cheeses and baked to perfection. Hurry in before the $4.99 baked spaghetti is gone.
What is a few dollars today? A couple song downloads?
a number 4, jumbo-sized? For charity, you may think it's just a drop in the bucket, but what if that bucket is improving the place we all call home? It could be a meal for someone in need, cleaning up a natural resource, or helping to secure the health and safety of our children right here in the Bluegrass. Kentucky Gives Day is a 24-hour online fundraising event bringing charities and Kentuckians together. Join us for this year's event and help support your favorite Kentucky charity or cause.
Right now, at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During Ram Truck Month, new 2016 Ram, Bighorn Crew Cab 4-wheel drives are only $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Tonight, police have arrested a federal security officer they say killed 3 people and injured 3 others in separate shootings in Maryland.
The shootings happened at a high school, a mall, and a supermarket in the Washington, D.C. suburbs. Edward Lawrence has the latest.
Police swarmed 62-year-old Eulalio Tordeal in a shopping center parking lot just outside Washington, D.C. as he walked to his car. They arrested him without incident after they trailed him for at least an hour as he walked through several stores and had lunch.
We did not want to endanger anyone and have a shootout when we took him into custody.
Police, I guess, recognized his car and they were waiting for him right there.
The search for the federal security officer started after his estranged wife was shot to death Thursday at a high school. Another man suffered gunshot wounds. Police say Tordeal was armed and had threatened to commit suicide by cop.
We just had a shooting at Montgomery Mall. Straight down, silver cars.
Police rushed to the Montgomery Mall in Bethesda just before noon Friday to find a gunman had killed 1 man and wounded 2 others. Then, about 30 minutes later, a woman was shot and killed in her car at a grocery store about 8 miles away. Police linked the suspect's getaway car with Thursday's shooting. They caught up with Tordeal here at this strip mall.
It's tragic that we were not able to intervene prior to additional victims being harmed.
Tordeal's wife had taken out an order of protection against him in March, claiming he was abusive to her and their children. Edward Lawrence for CBS News, Aspen Hill, Maryland.
Police say there doesn't appear to be any connection between the suspect and today's shooting victims. New tonight, investigators say they want to interview a California doctor and his son about a prescription drug brought to Prince before the singer's death. They say they also want to know if Dr. Howard Kornfeld and his son Andrew had a longer-term medical relationship with Prince. Neither man has been accused of any wrongdoing. The Kornfeld's attorney says Prince's staff called the doctor April 20th and asked for the drug. He says Andrew Kornfeld brought the drug to Prince the next day, but he ended up finding the singer unresponsive and didn't give the drug to him.
New tonight, a man had to be rushed to the hospital after his ultralight aircraft crashed in western Kentucky. It happened late this afternoon in Ohio County. State police say 41-year-old Brian Tierney was flying the aircraft when for some reason he lost control and it crashed into a field. They say Tierney was airlifted to an Indiana hospital where he's being treated for broken legs and some lacerations. Police say he's stable tonight.
Thousands of people have gathered for an annual tradition in eastern Kentucky. The spring trail ride began today in Knott County. People raced down dirt trails on their horses, enjoying scenic views of the surrounding mountains. Organizers say the trail ride brings in about 4,000 people every year, and people on the trail say there's a lot to look forward to.
Camp out and grill out and just socialize.
My favorite part of it would probably be the food.
Probably. This is the 20th year for the trail ride. It ends on Sunday. Let's hope they have some good weather for it.
Yeah. Speaking of horses, I liked your Derby pick earlier today.
I know, my man Sam, right?
Yeah. Brian, see if you can top that. I know the Derby odds have really changed since yesterday, right?
Yeah, but my man Sam, really, all kinds of early betting. But Nike was still the solid favorite, and as everyone knows, today was for the ladies at Churchill Downs. A recap of the Kentucky Oaks is next.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 98.1 The Bull.
Step right up for something fun. For just $1, the excitement's begun. The game's called Keno, and you can play it in an alley. Or you can play it with your best friend, Sally. You can play it here or there. You could play it almost anywhere. Play with many numbers or just a few. How you play is all up to you. You can put down a little or put down a lot. So what do you say? Give Keno a shot. Just pick your numbers and hope you win, and a few minutes later, you can play it again. Now you can play Keno wherever Kentucky Lottery games are sold, fueling imagination, funding education.
The new Royal Blizzard is a blizzard breakthrough. But what's the science behind the fudge suspended inside?
Let's begin.
Cross teleportation.
Uh-oh.
Centrifugal force?
It's not working.
Liquid nitrogen? Lasers?
Guys, I actually filled the blizzard with fudge.
Science! Experience the all-new Royal Blizzard lineup, like the Royal Oreo filled with a vortex of creamy fudge for a blizzard breakthrough. This is fan food, not fast food.
Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $415 million.
This weekend at American Freight, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Get a twin and a full and a queen. Get a queen and a king, 2 kings, 2 queens, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Famous names like Simmons, Stewart, and Hamilton. Free layaway, same-day delivery. This weekend only at American Freight in Lexington, 272 West New Circle Road, next to Walmart, across from Jalapenos. Phone 226-0008.
Growing up in a small town was really a struggle in some aspects. I mean, there are times that you don't really know what to do, you don't know really what's out there. Mission of Hope has been a lot in my life. They've been the one thing that I know that I can count on. They've been the encouragement I've needed. They've given me role models, and without them, I wouldn't be here, and I know that for a fact. So get out there, do good things, and good things will come to you.
Hit me at 35 miles an hour, there's a 45% chance I'll die. Slow down to 25 and I'll probably live. A little extra speed is a lot more deadly. Slow down, Lexington.
Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
.42nd running of the Kentucky Oaks earlier this afternoon. Rachel's Valentina going off as the favorite at 2-1 in a field of 14. Here's what it sounded like as the horses turned for home.
As Catherine Sophia takes the lead on the outside. Lewis Bay is now second, and then it's Rachel's Valentina, Terra Promessa, and Landover C. Catherine Sophia has run away here. Catherine Sophia's got a 4-length lead as they come by the 16th pole. And Catherine Sophia will be very impressive. The winner of the Kentucky Oaks.
Catherine Sophia pulling away to win the Oaks, paying $11.40, $5.40, and $3.80. Landover C second, $6.60, $5.20. Lewis Bay finished third, paying $4.60.
You know, she improved so much since the Ashland. I felt really good. I had a little concern about how she would be in the paddock, you know, with all the people and everything. Once I saw how good she was, I felt pretty good.
Well, for all of you bettors out there, here's the updated odds for the Kentucky Derby. The odds on Gun Runner have gone down slightly to 9-1. My man Sam, that's who Sam, Dick, and Amber have their money on. 19-1, not too bad. Creators odds up to 16-1. Derby favorite undefeated Nyquist started 3-1, now at 2-1. Exaggerator currently at 5-1. Mohayman at 12-1. So is More Spirited. If you're feeling lucky, go for Shagaff at 73-1. Why not? Calling it a tremendous honor, UK Athletics Director Mitch Barnhart has been selected as a member of the NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Committee. The appointment is for 5 years. You will remember this past March, March when both Barnhart and John Calipari were not happy with the placement or Kentucky's seed in the East Regional, despite outperforming some of the other higher seeds. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Committee responsible for selecting, seeding, bracketing the entire field for the NCAA tournament. Former UK women's basketball assistant coach Cameron Whitaker is the new head coach at Northern Kentucky University. The Harrison County native spent just one season with the Wildcats, and she now takes over the Norse program, coming off of a 19-14 record. That's their 33rd straight winning season, so the pressure could be on in year one, huh? The last 3 times South Carolina has come to Lexington, the baseball Wildcats have won the series each time. South Carolina ranked in the top 10, and one of those years they won the World Series. 5th-ranked Gamecocks fall behind in the first inning. Kentucky's Riley Mahan has had a knack for hitting home runs at the Cliff during SEC play. Does it again, a 3-run blast. But then Carolina comes back. Down 3-2 in the 4th, Alex Destino clobbers the fastball to deep center. Midway up the batter's eye. Part of a 4-run 4th. It's 5-3 Gamecocks. Bottom of the 5th, Zach Rex gets one back in a hurry. A solo homer to the Cliff in right center. His 3rd of the year, but South Carolina pours it on. Gamecocks take game 1, 10-5. UK softball playing Mississippi State in the final weekend of the regular season. UK wins it on a wild pitch in the 9th inning as Jenny Shaper, 2 doubles, scored the game-winning run. Brewers Reds from Cincinnati tonight, and Joey Votto says hello to that offering as he jumps all over it. Straightaway center quickly, 1-0. Votto's 4th. Brandon Phillips, watch him turn his hips. That ball is gone. The swing should tell you the result. A laser to left, a 3-run shot, his 4th of the year, and the Reds have won 3 straight, Bailey. How about them? Reds 5, Beer Makers 1. That's sports. We'll be right back.